Have you ever talked to people who tell you, I'm still young, I'm gonna get married when I'm like 35, I'm gonna marry when I'm older. But then when you look at what they're doing, you're like,
Oh my god.
what? Make it make sense. My name is Alianse. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm talking about getting married young. Now let's get back to the topic. But before we do, please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Thank you so much. But what they're doing is going to club, partying, smoking, drinking, every party they're there, and then they're also sleeping around with everybody else. I feel like these are the kind of people that believe that there's medicine for HIV. Is there even medicine for HIV or any STDs like sexual transmitted disease or sexually transmitted disease? I don't know, you tell me. But my dear, instead of you being out here partying, right? Drinking, smoking, what you're doing, instead of you doing that, it is better you get married young, okay? Because that would save you from a lot of trouble. You're creating a lifelong problems. Yeah, you're creating a lifelong of problems that will take you forever to change, could lead you into depression, or will lead you into depression, stress, just unnecessary things that you don't even need. Like, don't do that to your life. Don't do that to your life. The kind of people I want to hear saying, I'm gonna get married when I'm 30, 35, are the people who are committed on a career, okay? They are going to school, they're all about the money, saying, right now, I'm gonna go to school, make money, work on myself. I have a traumas that need to be healed, make sure I can communicate well, I can be a good listener, make sure I can be a good husband. They have goals that make sense. They're building themselves up spiritually, okay? Getting ready for marriage is different for everybody. Some people out here are looking for money so they can be financially stable when they go into it. Some people are doing both the growth financially, mentally, spiritually. Those are the kind of people I want to hear telling me that, hey, for now, I got no time. But if you're out there clubbing every night, you know what I mean? I'm smoking, drinking out with your friends, and then you're out here saying that you're gonna get married when you're 35, 40. Some people are here saying, I'm a man, I can even get married at 50. But when I look at what they're doing, guys, marriage is like getting ready for school. So let me give an example of going to university. You get ready for university when you're in high school. They train you, you get trained. You do some work that is kind of like equivalent or kind of like the same to what is there. So the way you prepare for marriage, if you want to get married, is you do it in your 20s, your prime years. I believe, according to my opinion, your 20s are your prime years. So you get ready in your 20s. So what you're doing in your 20s determines how it's going to go for you when you get there. Now, you don't want to get there and have STDs like HIV or more. Now, I'm not saying that anybody that has this is bad. I'm not saying that, don't get me wrong. But you don't want to make decisions that will affect you in a bad way. If you get there and you have STDs, it's going to be harder because now you're going to be sick, and marriage requires you to be committed, and there's just a lot of work. When you're sick, it's going to be twice harder. Like, it's going to be 2 times difficult, 2 more times difficult, if you get what I mean. If you get there and you're an addict to smoking, when I say smoking, why do I do this? Anyways, so if you get there and you're addicted to drugs, or you just smoke and you can't stop, or you drink and you cannot stop, it's going to be tough for you. And when you look about marriage, when you look at marriage, you want a healthy marriage. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be harder for you to have that if you have all these side effects, because your partner is going to expect more from you. Especially if they don't know that you have an addiction to whatever it is that you could be addicted to. Another benefit of getting married is building a strong foundation when you have a lot of time on your side, right? Getting married young. Let's say you get married in your 20s. I'm not saying that you should go do that. If you feel like you're not ready, don't do it. But let's say that you do it and you feel ready, right? Because you also don't want to go there when you're just in your 20s just to go, but you don't have the mental capacity, or you just go there and mess it up and then be a divorced person at 22 or 23. It happens, okay? It happens. And I'm not saying if it have happened to you, you're unlucky. No, you can find better. Always give love a chance, okay? I think it could be a mistake. Like, loving could be a mistake, but it's worth making. There's a song that says that, and I believe in that. Okay, we all need affection. We deserve a chance to be loved and loving. Also, we all deserve a chance to be loved and to love. We deserve a chance at affection, So I think it's worth it. If you ask me, it's worth it. Like, even if it fails now, it does not mean that you can't find someone who it will work out with. Like, so if you're divorced, if it didn't work for you, if it's not working for you, one day it will. You'll find the person. Don't give up and say, okay, I've tried. Now all men are gonna be liars. All women are liars. There's someone out there for you. And if it doesn't work with one person, the world has a lot of people. There's a lot of people. It can work out with someone else. So yes, it's hard starting over. It's too much work, and that feeling of getting betrayed can make things 100 times difficult, but it's worth you trying again over and over and over, because we deserve to be loved, and you will find your person out there. But yeah, there's beauty in having a lot of time on your side and building a marriage with your partner. Now let me go back to my people who are out here partying, smoking, drinking. I am on your case, guys. I'm not even trying to judge or anything, but I'm on your case because if you listen to this, it's going to help you a lot. It will help you a lot, okay? We shouldn't be getting married just to be married. When you get married, you want a strong marriage, a healthy marriage. When you bring in kids, they will be raised in an environment that is healthy. Now, we all know, we even hear from artists who grew up, or even people who grew up in families where there's addictions, a lot of sicknesses, the kids didn't get enough attention, and then what that causes is a generation of kids who don't believe in love, when love is beautiful, when we all deserve to be loved. So it just creates problems for the kids, because the marriage is not healthy. Now they decide they don't ever want to get married or marry someone. They don't ever want to even be in a relationship, or when they're in it, they repeat the same mistakes. That is why I love the Gen Z generation, or even the millennials who are like, yes, let's break generational curses. I love when I hear that. If you ask me, instead of you being out there partying, smoking, drinking, going to clubs, sleeping with everybody, it's better you get married young. Now, when I talked about this topic, there's a lot of people that commented on it, but they had really good points. So I want to read them with you here. That way we can talk about them, and I believe you're going to benefit from them, or you will love to hear this, especially if you're looking into getting married, or young or not, if you're trying to figure out if it's right for you, if it's not. I think these are really good educational or educative points. Someone commented, if you find someone who truly loves you, then please get married. Just know that when you do get married, no more looking around. Now, that is a good point. When you get married, no more looking around, because this can contribute to breaking a marriage. No matter what age, relationships will always fail if you are the wrong person, or if you choose the wrong person. Oh my goodness, I love this. So you heard him. No matter the age, okay, it can work or not work depending on the person that you're with. If you chose the wrong person, or if you are the wrong person to your partner, it will fail. Yes. So when you're looking for someone, don't only be like, I want to look for someone who's like this and this. You have a list of 100 things. What about you? Are you going to be that kind of person for them? Because it takes two. When one is trying to take you up here and the other one is trying to bring you down, it won't work. It only works when two people are committed this at the same way. Now sometimes one will give 50, one will give 40, and sometimes all you will give 100. That's okay. But when one is giving 100 and you're just here at 0, it just does not work. So this is a good point. He said being 30 or older won't save you from this. True. Clock it, brother. That is a good point. Now let's go to another comment. You tell me what you think. Now somebody said, instead of you coming here and advising us to focus on school, go to college and graduate, you're telling us to get married young, as if in marriage you can achieve your goals. Are you okay? Ooh, first of all, I didn't say go to school. Go to school, okay? Go to school. I didn't say that you should not. And then she's saying that in your marriage you can't achieve your goals. You can achieve your goals even when you're married, depending on the kind of person that you're with, depending on the circumstances and what is going on. Okay, I've achieved most of my goals while being married. So you can, as long as it works for you, if the circumstances are right, if the timing is right, if depending on the circumstances, and also depending on the person that you're with. Because in our community we believe that when you get married, you have to start giving birth to kids right away, and one after another. You don't have to do it that way. You can do it the way you want. If you want, you can do it now and wait 3 years, and in between those 3 years you can try to accomplish a goal in between. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy, but when you look at it, even when you don't have kids and you're at school, or if you're not married and you're going to college, it's hard too, So I didn't say you should not go to school. Go to school and graduate. It's good. Do it. I'm never against that. So if this person have checked out my other videos on my Instagram or TikTok, I do talk about going to school. So I don't think this person understood me. Now, another comment. Getting married young does not guarantee anything. Get married when you're ready. Now, that is a good point. Okay? Just because you get married young does not mean it's going to be successful. That is why I said, instead of you being out here partying, you can get married young, okay? Because instead of wasting your 20s, but there's more that comes into it. I'm not saying, okay, you're young, you're partying, stop, get married, and it's gonna work. No, there's more that comes into that. I have come across young single married women who are very bitter. They are married but doing everything like they are widows. Now that is very wrong. I have a video here on my YouTube channel where I've talked about the pains behind our mother's smiles, and I talked about how our mothers had partners who were not helpful. They were doing everything. The partner just makes money and spends the money in prostitution. I mean, that is what they did. So that is wrong, because it's a partnership. It's not slavery. I beg. So she did not understand me. Live life how you want it. Now, yes, you live life how you want it. But if you want to live your life doing prostitution, I would not tell you that live your life how you want it. That's not good advice. Okay? Don't chase marriage. Yes, don't chase marriage. I'm not saying that you should chase marriage. I think it actually works better when you just sit down, relax, and then when you find your person, you go with them. It will come when the time is right. Yes, it will come when the time is right. I did not mean that you should just chase it and be desperate, because if you do that, then you could end up choosing the wrong person. Marriage is not everything. It's also okay to be alone. It's okay to be alone if you want to be alone, okay? But if you decide to be alone, then you're not out here partying, sleeping with everybody, then that's not being alone. That's making a worse choice, if you ask me. Marriage is everything when it's right, depending on what you want, or depending on whether that is what you want or not. Okay? So depending on the person and how it works out to you. Another person said, I beg to differ, sis. The prefrontal lobe is not even fully developed until our late 20s. Now, if that's how you want to look at it, that's you can do it that way. But what I would say, in a lot of cases, age does define maturity, but also in a lot of cases, age does not define maturity, because there's a lot of people who are out here in their late 20s or past even their late 20s, in their 40s, making stupid decisions. Now tell me, is their frontal lobe developed or not? It is developed according to science, right? But what happened? What went wrong? Right? So it's really important to look at what you're doing. Like, what you're doing in your 20s will affect you for the rest of your life. Even if the prefrontal lobe is not developed until your late 20s, you have to be really mindful about what you're doing in your late 20s. I mean, in your early 20s. So if you're making bad decisions, you're going to live your life miserably all your life, and it would take you forever to change, because change is not it's not easy to just, you can't just, a habit that you're used to, you can just change it in a click of a finger. It takes time. Somebody else said, I choose to disagree. Getting married, it can work for some people. Getting married early can work for some people, and it cannot work for others. That is true. I agree with you. Do what works for you. Exactly, do what works for you. Getting married at 30 or older, I believe, will make your marriage work better, and you will likely find yourself in a healthy marriage because you are more experienced and wiser. I believe that to a certain point, yeah, to a certain percentage, if that makes sense. Because she said when you get married at 30 or older, she believes it will work out better for you because you have more experience and wiser. Now, it works like that for people, and for some people it doesn't. Or maybe I'm not experienced enough to get it. But just because you get married when you're older than 30, it does not mean that you're going to have a healthy marriage just because of that age. There's more that have to be done. You could be 30 and don't know how to take accountability. That means in your marriage you're going to have problems with that, because you can't be you don't know how to take accountability and own up to your own mistakes. That's just one side of it. And all, do what works for you. Yes, I like that. Do what works for you. Now, another comment said, young people are broke to be getting married. Okay, that's another side of it. Yeah, like she said, make money. And like I said before, if you're focused on making money before you can get married or marry someone, that makes sense. Okay, another person said, we want to spend less years with those monsters. So she was basically saying it's better to get married later in life because you want to spend less time with those monsters. Now, this is a very problematic comment for me, or according to her own experiences. Maybe that's why she's saying that. But if you ask me, when you find someone that loves you truly and you love them, they care about you, care about them, you've been with them for a good while, I don't think you want to spend less time with them. You actually want more time. You want more time with them, because life is too short and we don't want our beloved ones to be taken away by death. Like, that's what I can say. Facts, volume, absolutely true, kweli, tell them kabisa. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think about that? What do you think? Do you think it makes sense? Do you think it does not? Now, after all that being said, I want to let you know that it is crucial to consider these factors. Emotional maturity, financial stability, shared goals and values, communication, and conflict resolution. I think we can sum it all up. Okay, whether you're old, whether you get married young in your 20s, you have to consider this emotional maturity. That is very important. That is your emotional well-being. You have to know when to give and when not to burst out of and just be angry for no reason, because then that is just gonna cause wahala. But there's more to that. But emotional maturity is big. Financial stability. So you have to be comfortable. It doesn't mean that you have to be a rich, a millionaire, but at least you're comfortable. But then it does not mean that you're not gonna have days that you're going to struggle financially. You might have them, but then you get back on your feet. Okay. Shared goals and values. For example, if I believe that if I'm married, I'm not supposed to cheat, I can't have male friends, that means my partner have to believe that, they have to agree with that. Can't have female friends. Can't be out here flirting with everybody when you're married. Can't be entertaining girls and being all nasty. Communication and conflict resolution. You have to be able to communicate calmly, communicate in a healthy way. That is very important. And conflict resolution. You don't want to be mad over something small for 5 months. I mean, well, when I say 5 months, I'm dragging it. I don't think, but yeah, you get my point. Thank you for watching. I'm so happy that you were able to watch this video. I will see you next week. I'm posting another video. Please, I do hope that you'll come back. I hope that you're gonna watch it. Also enjoy it if you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for your support. Please, 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 please subscribe. That is gonna help me. Thank you. Bye.